It's really worrying. And if they don't win the Europa League, that means they won't have the players that he wants next season, which means they might not get in the Champions League again, which means it could just literally kick it on for another 2 or 3 years. It really is a worry. It's a big. I'm genuinely. I said it last week. I've got a sickly feeling about this game next Wednesday. A sickly feeling. And the biggest reason I've got a sickly feeling is when I look at every single player in the Tottenham team and Maddison. I like Maddison, so I don't want him not to be available. But when you look at Kulusevski, Son, Brennan Johnson, Solanke, if Maddison was there, Basuma and Sarr, Romero and Van der Ven, Porro and Udogie.
He's just gone through the teams who were 16th and 17th in the league.
No.
And you think, honest to God, you think they're the 2 best teams in the country?
No, Carol, when you look at those, when you look at those players, like for like with United's, only Bruno, in my opinion, would get into the first 11 of Spurs.
Well, this is a little bit of a weird clip. Gary Neville, what is he on about? And Paul Scholes, wait till you hear the clangor that comes out of his mouth in just a second. But anyway, we'll get back to them in just a quick second. But remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification button so that you know when the next Big D video hits. And as ever, if something is bubbling up inside of you, if something needs to be expressed out of your mouth, you know what to do. Put it in the comments. The Big D reads all of the comments and he's always interested in what is on your mind. Anyway, in this little clip, Gary Neville reiterates what he feels is going to be a slam dunk for Tottenham and that he's terrified because he feels as though Tottenham are a better team, man for man, than Manchester United. Well, the Big D begs to differ. Stick around for after the clip because the Big D will explain why. But anyway, here's Gary.
I would select every single Tottenham player. I said this earlier in the season. The goalkeeper is a 50-50 split because I don't like Vicario. I'm not a fan of Onana. But honestly, Udogie, Porro, Van der Ven, Romero, Basuma, Sarr, Johnson, Maddison, Solanke, Kulusevski, Son. I would choose every single player of Tottenham's over Manchester United's next Wednesday night. That's my worry.
Casemiro's a man on a mission, though. He don't let us lose.
No, but just the United have got a couple of players.
He's on a mission for that 500 quid a week. That's what he's.
No, Adam, just something. That's the one thing that keeps me alive. The likes of a Casemiro, a Bruno, they've got something in them that will step up for a one-off game that means that I think we will win. But if the players play like as they should do, pound for pound, they play. Tottenham should win that game.
Flav?
Yeah, I think
you're in agreement with that?
Yeah, 100%. This is the most confident I've been going into a big game like this in a long while, and I think a lot of it's based on all.
Music to my ears.
I mean, what is it, man?
He was told the other week that Tottenham had no chance in hell of winning, weren't you? The other week on air,
Jamie did.
No, I don't see Tottenham. Exactly what Gary said. I do think Tottenham have got better players than Man United, but I remember when Liverpool played the Champions League final against Tottenham. And the teams at the time were probably not too far away from each other. Yeah. But just when I can imagine the Man United fans there on mass, similar to Liverpool, that mentality of we're supposed to be here, the supporters think they're going to win, the players think they're going to win. It's
a mentality, isn't it?
It's a mentality thing. Okay, here's an example. I think if Man United went 1-0 in front, I don't see how you'd find anything to come back, whereas they could come back. I think even if they went 1-0 down, someone would do something would happen. When you're watching Man United play, that Lyon game, it was Lyon, wasn't it? You're not doing that.
Well, you have done that. We've done it on a bigger stage than that.
You're talking about the Ajax game?
Well, sorry.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, what did you think of it?
He got battered for 2 games and scored 2 flips.
Yeah, but you can't say we don't do it when we do. We have done it. We have done it.
And you're the team that basically bottle every big game I've ever seen you play.
Well, this is where it changes.
I hope it does.
Jamie,
I hope it does.
It took Brentford 12 playoff attempts.
Just compared Spurs to Brentford.
To get qualified from the Championship. It took 12 times. Everyone thought they're perennial losers. They'll never do it, and then they did it, and look where they are now. So the reason why I'm confident going into this game, and I guess it's 90 minutes, anybody can win it, right? It's all of the conversation we've just had about Manchester United. Amarim's going into that dressing room going, boys, we need to win this game because I need to get rid of half of you. In our dressing room, they're going, we need to win this game because this is
to get rid of you.
The first major trophy. He knows he's out the door. The players.
Is he gone? Even if they win.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't think there's a world where you can keep him. But we've been having this conversation since November. I think he is. But interestingly, you talked about Romero and Van der Ven and you know, in that side, and the fact that they get into the Man United side, is that when you've had them available to us, the average points per game is around, I think it's like 1.9, which would put us in 4th position when they've been available. When they're not available is a completely different side. The fact that they've kind of engineered it, and Postecoglou has engineered it so that we have really 2 amazing centre-backs available for this game, well up for it. I think we're going to surprise a few people. I think it's going to be quite comfortable.
Van der Ven's hamstring goes first half.
I have no logical reason why United should win it other than recent experience and history.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but can I ask a question? That's like history. It's bullshit, right?
No, it's not bullshit.
Games,
But why?
Look at Real
You
Madrid.
never win anything.
Look at Real Madrid in the last 5 years.
It's only the last.
They've not been a great team at times, have they? But that history just takes them to it. Now, realistically, they should win the game. They beat us the last 3 games.
Should win.
A lot better.
We haven't lost
team
since
than us.
2022, so none of that counts.
And do you know what? I think you'll be the best team on the night, and I think you'll probably play really well, but we'll win. We seem to find 10 or 15-minute spells where we win games.
That's my
And I
opinion.
think that's what'll happen.
And it's not a history, by the way. It's about a club mentality, really. Because history sounds like it's sort of nostalgic. It's not. It's a mentality of a club and a fan base that think they are going there, and we're not coming out of this city until we've won. Now, that can change. We know that could look stupid next Wednesday, because you should, I think, on talent on the pitch, you've got better forwards, you've got better centre halves, you've got better midfield players, other than Bruno. And you should win that game. You've beat us the last 3 times. You've got a great record against us because you're a better team than us. And I unfortunately have to say that.
He's getting into your head, isn't he?
However, no, I'm not.
No,
I can feel a mind game starting.
I'm sitting there thinking,
it is a mental. But Newcastle the big surprise this season you should look at most was what Newcastle did against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, because that was a big shock to me. I thought that morning, I am not seeing. I said to you before the game, Virgil van Dijk will lift this trophy. He 100% will lift his trophy. I was amazed at how Newcastle did. So what you're saying about, and actually they actually beat Liverpool really well on the day.
Yeah.
Played really well. Yeah. What you're saying is that Tottenham are just going to go and win so easily.
No.
If it's a football match without any of the other sort of things, you probably would.
I don't think we're going to win easily. That was a bit tongue-in-cheek. But I just think about if it's about energy and motivation. And it just, Man United, based on what Amorim has been saying, like, doesn't define us. We still had an awful season. It's almost like they're not bothered whether they even win it, where we're going to be obsessed.
No, they're bothered.
Are they? Because it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. Oh, it's massive.
Well, it feels like to me that Tottenham are obsessed with winning.
I feel a bit sick about it, honestly, that it's that important to United. I don't feel comfortable with it.
But it's important because of it's the Champions League football. For us, it's important because we're going to win a European trophy.
You're right. There's a different element to it, maybe, because of the fact of the consequence of not winning it with United and what that would do to the manager at the start of next season in the recruitment. But that adds to the fact that you do also the fans want to go to win a trophy. The fans want to win a trophy. I mean,
no one's talking like that.
No, I know, but they understand also the consequence of not winning it is important.
Yeah, I think our drive to win it for the sake of doing it, not because there's Champions League football, will get us over the line. Maybe
I hope so, Flav. I'm with you.
Tottenham, Jamie's right. The way Gary Neville's talking, you would think that Tottenham were top of the league, on the cusp of winning the Club World Cup or something, and Man United have just been promoted. They're both right next to each other in the league. They're both crap, but the main difference between both clubs is Man United are crap not because they haven't got talent. It's because, you know, the whole club's been in disarray for the past 12 months or something like that, and the team's had 3 different managers in the space of that time. It's not because Tottenham are a better team than us, necessarily. I mean, you could argue Man United are much better, because Tottenham have been a lot more settled, really, or they should have been a lot more settled. But in terms of talent, if Casemiro gets in that Spurs team, so does Ugarte. Matthias de Ligt gets in that team as well. Fair enough, Udogie's a good player, I'll give him that. And Son, he's a good player. He will get in the Man United team. And fair enough, Gan, then I'll stick Solanke in there only because he's got more experience than Rasmus Højlund. But aside from that, behave. And Maddison wouldn't get in the Man United team. Behave yourself. Who's he going to take? Bruno's place. Don't talk soft. I don't know. I just feel as though Gary Neville's being overly dramatic. Gary Neville could actually go to drama school and he'd do really well at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. He would. He would, because the way he talks sometimes, absolute nonsense. And what's Paul Scholes talking about? Look at Real Madrid over the past 5 years. Their history's got them over the line. I can't then. What's got Real Madrid over the line in the Champions League over the past few years is the fact that they've had managers like Carlo Ancelotti and Zinedine Zidane managing them. Plus, they've had players like Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Courtois, Militao, Rudiger, Marcelo, Carvajal. Need I go on? Oh, yeah, it's their history that gets them over the line. Behave, Paul Scholes. Hey, it's reasons like... it's gaffes like that just cement why people like Paul Scholes' managerial career only lasted 70 minutes. And Gary Neville, oh, honestly... Hey, just like the show's called, stick to football, lads. Stick to kicking the ball, not necessarily coaching it or managing it or predicting it. Oh, that was a clanger from Paul Scholes. He doesn't have to come out with sometimes, But yeah, I mean, it is an interesting time. It is, to be fair. I can't actually predict it, to be honest. I can't predict it, only because, I mean, Spurs have beaten United 3 times this season so far. But Man United have been amazing in Europe. So it's 50-50. Man United could be looking for revenge. Tottenham could have a little bit of hubris. Man United could maybe get out-muscled by Tottenham. We don't know. But then again, Man United have been phenomenal against Liverpool, playing that formation. And United are a lot more settled now since the last time they played. So it could go either way. But I still say the main reason Tottenham have battered United lately is only because United have been in disarray. If Ruud van Nistelrooy had stayed in charge of United with the same players, United would have finished probably top 6 easy. Because he had them playing well and he just kept it simple. But Ruben Amorim has done the old Brian Clough trick. He's tried to change the Brian Clough trick at Leeds United, from the famous Damned United era. He's changed too much too soon. I mean, on purpose, and he said this is what he's going to do and all of that, fair enough. But, there's been consequences because of that. There's been crap in the league specifically. So that's always going to... send shockwaves around the club, and it's going to take them a while to sort of let the dust settle for them to sort of grow. A little bit of ego death in Jungian terms. And you need a little bit of ego death to allow the true self to emerge, like the phoenix from the flames. And United are a club that are used to resurrections, to be fair. After Munich and after, 19 years without a Premier League title or something, or was it 13? I can't quite remember. And then obviously went on to dominate the league. So United are a little bit in the wilderness at the moment. So hopefully we can break through. And you never know. Maybe the Europa League could be Ruben Amorim's FA Cup moment that Fergie had in 1990. But I say this with every manager. So... you got to take things with a pinch of salt there. You just got to, put football over there just for the sake of sanity sometimes and just put it to one side. But, I mean, it is a big thing. It is a big match. It could be the biggest match United have or have had in a long time because, there is the point that they need the win for spirits at the club to consolidate what Ruben Amorim wants to do, to attract the right players and to sort of gather momentum and keep this momentum of winning trophies going. Because if we win, that'll be the Europa League this year, the FA Cup last year. We got to a final the year before, and then the League Cup was the year before that, I think. Yeah, it was something like that. Anyway, or was the League Cup the same year as we got beat by City in the final? Do you know, I can't remember. It's hard to keep up with United these days. I tell you, there's always something going on. But anyway, what do you guys think? Who's going to win? Is it going to be Spurs? Is it going to be United? Are Spurs going to make it 4-4? Or are Man United going to rise to the occasion and have that mentality of winning trophies? Is that what's going to get them over the line? Who knows? Hopefully it's a competitive game. Hopefully it's entertaining. And hopefully Man United come away with a trophy. But thoughts in the comments, and the Big D will, as ever, see you in the next one.